God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Let's talk about emotion and the Karen Read murder case. There are two very distinct camps in this case. Some people think that, of course, Karen is guilty and it's just so obvious. How can we not see that she's guilty? And other people, myself included, feel like it's so insane that there are even still charges being brought against her. How is it all of these people could be looking at the exact same information but see it completely differently? Is that confirmation bias? What is going on? Well, the truth is, it all comes back to this very simple fact that most people just don't know anything about, and that is the role of emotion. Okay, so here's the deal. For thousands of years, we were told what we now know to be really bad information about the role of emotion in our lives. We were taught that the right brain is the emotion brain and the left brain is the logic brain, and that turns out to be just silliness. In reality, emotion is involved in every single decision you make, from whether to brush your teeth to what career to pursue. And it also determines what thought and what memories you have access to at any given time. It's the reason why if you're late to work and you're driving in your car, you seem to be hitting every stoplight. You're not thinking in your mind at that moment, oh man, life is so beautiful. God damn it, I want this light turn. It's also the reason why maybe you're really nervous about going to some big party and you're on your way in and you're thinking, oh my God, I don't want to see these people. I haven't seen these people in so long. So what do? Do you like a shot of tequila or have a drink? 5 minutes or so later, hey, oh my God, it's been so long since I've seen you. How are you? It's so good to see you. It's not that you're being fake in one situation or the other. It's that emotion has changed. That's going on all day, every day, in every moment. So let's take the A Body in the Snow documentary. Let's look at people like Brendan Kane, John O'Keefe's best friend of 40 years, or Tara Kerrigan, his ex, whatever she is, or this Joseph Krosky character, a Canton local defense attorney who also apparently works for Jen McCabe. Those folks are telling you it's just so obvious that Karen did this. The evidence is overwhelming. How can we not see it? Let's just take Brendan Kane, for example. What are some of the claims that he's making against Karen Read that make it so obvious that she's guilty? That she's not sad enough in court. Here's the thing about emotion. If Karen had showed a lot of emotion in court, if she was really sad or, really anxious or held her head down, then people would be saying she's faking it or she's trying too hard or it's consciousness of guilt. So you have to ask yourself, how does Tara Kerrigan or Brendan Kane make sense of the ARCA people who made their report about this accident before they ever met or knew anything about John O'Keefe and this incident? The fact that maybe the two smartest, most credible, and most qualified engineers that anyone has ever seen think it's so ridiculous and so absurd that John was hit by a car traveling at 24 miles per hour, that they were almost laughing out loud on the stand.
If you're talking about only an interaction between the arm and the back of the vehicle, no, there wouldn't be any projection.
Oh, I know. They are telepathic. They knew that they were going to get a phone call from the criminal defense team of this person that must have been charged with the crime, though there wasn't any information about this person who was charged with the crime. Oh, they were reading Alan Jackson's thoughts. Oh, because in addition to being two of the world's smartest engineers and scientists, they are also two of the world's leading psychics. Those ARCA guys, man, they are just more and more impressive every minute. Now, you might say, but Sam, you obviously have a lot of emotion about this case. You don't see it clearly either. That is a fully reasonable argument. The only problem with that argument is this. Here are the allegations against Karen Read. And here are all of the pieces of information that we would have to completely overlook to conclude beyond a reasonable doubt that Karen Read is guilty. Oh, sorry, you're still here. I also have mentioned this before, but I'll throw it out again simply because we're on the topic. These I hit him statements that people are suddenly remembering 3 years or 2 years after the fact. You have to keep in mind that every time you revisit a memory now in the moment, what you're actually doing is you are reconsolidating that memory. So you're bringing it up, and you're adding all of this new stuff based on how you feel and what you're thinking about and the context that you're bringing it up in now. How reliable do you think memory actually is? I have learned that the memory of all individuals, including adults, is often inaccurate. Our minds tend to remember only some aspects of events and then fill in the rest with plausible details. This explains why two people who witness the same event might form quite different memories.
The memories that I have and the ones that I'm bringing up, I don't believe that they've changed. I've played them over in my head to the best of my ability, and I don't believe my story is swayed. If they've been enunciated incorrectly on my part, that it wasn't intentional.
Understood. And nobody's casting aspersions.
Yeah.
Memory's a funny thing. So your memory is as good about that as it is about that winter coat.
Yes, sir.
If these same people didn't testify in front of the grand jury about these I hit him statements, and we don't hear any mention of I hit him in any of the audio or video footage from that morning, what do you think the odds are that she confessed and said, I hit him? If you can provide reasonable evidence to convince me that Karen Read did this, I would love to see it. Everybody enjoy the beginning of this very long adventure that we are all on together.